This is Mr. Christopher with Funkatopia.com, and I am here with the one and only Meghann Wright, and she is about to do her tour with Meghann Wright and the Sure Thing. And so, you're pretty much, is this your first full-blown tour that you're doing?
Nope, I've been on several national tours, including last year's Vans Warped Tour.
Oh, that's awesome. So tell me a little about this is going to be to support Nothing Left to Lose, which is the latest album out. Tell me a little bit about this album and how this how this all came to be for you right now.
Well, I actually started out playing music in bands when I was younger, and I decided to set out on my own and be a solo artist. And I started out playing shows here in the city, and met people, and they got into my music, and they started a band. I met Ben Andrus from Blacktop Records a few years back. And when it came time for me to start releasing stuff, he offered to do a cassette tape EP release for me, which was really great. It was super fun, and that sold out one of my tours last year. And then when it came time to do a full-length release, he was like, well, let's do a full-length, So we did a full 13 songs, and that's out in the world. And this record actually came out last year while I was on the Warped Tour. But I was playing solo on the Warped Tour on the acoustic basement stage that was run by Full Sail and Brian Marquis. So I didn't really get a chance to really perform the album in its full, like with all the instrumentation and everything. Mm-hmm. So we're doing this tour now as support for that record so that people can hear what it's really supposed to sound like live with the full band.
I was trying to figure out the best way to categorize the music, and I was like, well, it's not really country because you have these, you have these variances of like the songs like Vacancy, and obviously the single that is kind of broke out from that, Cocaine, which is obviously your most popular one that's on that album. So, kind of, and I went online and trying to figure out exactly how you even categorize it, and even on the genre, you have it listed as sad bastard music. So, how would you categorize what you do?
Honestly, it depends on who I'm talking to, and what the deal is. Like if it's for a gig or if it's for a show, whatever. But it kind of spans quite a few different genres because I grew up playing so many different types of music. I played saxophone for like 10 years. I grew up listening to pop and rock, like my parents listened to rock shows. I also grew up listening to punk rock, metal, hardcore, everything. But so what I try to do is just really make songs that can sort of do anything. So like depending on the production and the instrumentation and everything, they could be more pop, or you could be more country, or you could be more, bluesy or soulful. But so yeah, I would say if I had to be under an umbrella, it would be like pop rock. But with a little bit of a country twang, maybe a little bit of a soulful, like Motown almost vibe sometimes, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly. I mean, 'cause I know you obviously were influenced by a lot of different music because you were you born in Hawaii? Is that where you were born?
I was born in California, but my parents moved to Hawaii when I was 1, so I grew up there.
Okay.
But my mom was a professional musician, and my father is just like super rock and roll dude, like he just loves rock. He started taking me to shows when I was like 5, And then as I grew up, I just gravitated so much towards music. I played sax, I played guitar, I played bass, I sang. All my friends are musicians. It's just a huge part of my life, you know what I mean? So I can't imagine myself like picking one thing. It just doesn't make sense for me.
Right, because I actually saw, a few posts after Prince had passed that you kind of, showing a little bit of love to Prince. Were you pretty much a hardcore Prince fan, or were you, just basically, showing a little bit of respect, or what exactly was your involvement with Prince? I mean, how much into Prince were you?
Very much so. There was, a time in my life when I was super, super young where he was just so influential to me, because it was like, when you're super, super young, like 9, 10 years old, and you're just kind of starting to figure out music on your own, not with your parents' help. And I had this babysitter, Sadie Carroll, and she had the record Diamonds and Pearls. And I borrowed it from her, and I listened to it, and I was like, wow, this is like weird, like I'm getting all these weird feelings, like it's like super sexy, but I'm like a kid, I don't know, it's weird. But it was like, the guitar playing and the musicianship and the lyrics and just everything about it was just like he made his own aesthetic. Like he was his own like amazing thing. And you know, I've always carried that with me as the mark of just an incredible artist, let alone musician. He's just so confident and so unique and yet so accessible to anyone who might listen.
Right.
And you know, like my first apartment that I lived in New York, I had this really weird old poster of Prince that I found in like a $1 bin in like a shitty record store. I don't know if I can swear.
Sure you can.
A crappy record store. And like, you know, I just always had it, and I hung it up above my writing station in my apartment, and I was like, this is like the guy who's gonna watch over me. Like, instead of like, you know, people like hang up pictures of the Virgin Mary or like a crucifix or something, like I had this huge poster of Prince, and I was like, this is like my God, you know what I mean? Like, this is the guy who's gonna get me through stuff.
Yeah, he did that for a lot of musicians. Yeah, that's And so speaking of having that support group, I know in New York you're part of the City and the Heart group. Tell me how your involvement with them and exactly how you found out about them.
Well, I actually originally I'm the founder of the City and the Heart.
Really, I didn't know that. Awesome.
Yeah. So it started out as just this thing where I started hosting like an open mic in the Lower East Side years ago, and I kept meeting female artists like myself who were like new to the city. You know, they were solo artists who maybe had been in bands before, and they were kind of just now striking out on their own. And we just became this like community, this like support group for each other. If people were like, oh, I need a drummer for this gig, or like, oh, I need a place where I can record this demo, or just stuff like that. And I started offering to help more and more and more with especially the music production side of things, like just recording demos and stuff like that, booking shows. And I was like, let's start a community, man. Like, let's do something cool. So I started putting together showcases to raise money to put out a compilation album featuring all of these songs by these women. And I started working with Tatiana Moroz, who was working at Premier Studios, which is like a big major label studio in New York City. And we recorded a bunch of women's songs there for free. Will Hensley, who's a producer for like Regina Spektor and like Coldplay and stuff like that, he produced it for free. And we put out that first compilation album 2 years ago. Then last year, I decided that I really wanted to do something more with the songs. So we decided we would sell the record and also do more showcases, but that all of the proceeds would go to an organization called Safe Horizon, which is actually a nonprofit that benefits victims of domestic violence. And it's really, it's been really meaningful for me and really meaningful for a lot of other artists involved. And we're just going to keep doing it. I'm actually working on the third compilation right now.
Is it just for female artists based in New York, or can you be anywhere in the country, or is it more of like a hands-on support group?
One of my dreams is to have chapters around, the country.
Gotcha.
That would be so great. But as for me, with everything else I have going on, it's easier for me to just focus on New York.
Right.
And I think that's kind of like, it's like New York City, like these women come here, they don't have anybody, and so it's like our community, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I would so love for that to be, like the City and the Heart Nashville, the City and the Heart Atlanta, the City and the Heart Chicago. I would love that, you know what I mean?
So if there are any female artists right now that are musicians and they want to find more information about the City and the Heart and kind of look at what you offer, where would they go?
They could totally contact me directly. I like my Facebook artist page, Meghann Wright Music. You can message me and I answer all those messages. Otherwise, if you want to tweet at me or email me or anything like that, like all my information is out there. It's really easy to contact me.
Awesome. Well, the new album is really, really great. Again, it's one of those albums that's really kind of hard to kind of categorize, and now you're about to hit the road. You will be coming through Atlanta. I'm going to try to make it to that show. So when people come out to this, you're going to be pretty much going a lot of different places. Obviously, you can go to...
the sunset while you're asking me this question.
All right, go ahead, sure.
Really, I don't know if you can see it, but...
You can see a little bit of it?
Maybe not, I don't know.
No, it's light. It's focusing out on the light, but that's fine. No, that's great. But so if we wanted to... So tell a little bit about what people would experience coming out to see, or are you pretty much headlining all of these dates, or are you is there some headlining and some in support as a supporting act, or how is it all panning out?
Yeah, we're headlining all of these dates
Nice.
with local support and stuff. So luckily we have pretty decently long sets, mostly 45 minutes. Some of them are an hour. Like I know our New Orleans show is going to be an hour. But yeah, it's going to be really fun. My band is very energetic. They're very passionate. We're all really close friends too, so we have a good time on stage with each other, and we like our audience to have a good time with us. It's like a big party, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, so I want to tell all the people in Funkotopia, we know you guys listen to like tons of different styles of music. We've done lots of artist coverage of all styles of music. Please make sure that you get out there and you see Meghann Wright. Meghann is spelled Meghann, 2 N's, Wright, Wright, and The Sure Thing, and they are going to be hitting the road, doing a pretty big tour, so they should be hitting your city close by. Meghann, anything else you want to say before you go?
Thanks so much for having me. We're really looking forward to playing Atlanta. I really love that city, and every time I play there, I have a great time. I love the Masquerade. It's such an amazing venue. So I'm really excited.
All right, well, we will make sure that we roll out the red carpet for you, and we're probably going to be up in Brooklyn at the end of August for the Afropunk tour. So
very cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty massive.
Show,
yeah.
Very cool. Well, let me know when you're up here, and I'll be sure to hang out.
Absolutely. Thank you again for taking some time out to talk to us, and Meghann Wright. Be sure to keep up. Bye now.